strong and free.
In today's episode, Prince Harry's Toronto return, a city he knows very well from his many incognito visits when he was dating his now wife, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. And according to The Wires, Duchess Meghan will be making a cameo appearance as herself in the upcoming movie Close Personal Friends. And we will fly over to South America to check in on Prince William and his sometimes kind of awkward Brazil trip and get an update on what's happening to the formerly known as Prince Andrew. Well, Andrew, what is he up to? What's happening? The saga continues. Welcome. This is Majesty Sussex Report, and I'm Antonio. Thank you for spending some of your valuable time here with us.
We rise, we shine. Magic rising, strong and free. Voices proud in harmony. Truth forever, crowned in gold. Our story lives, it can't be told. We rise, we shine. Magic in our time. We shine. This crown is yours and mine.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome once again. Hope you're doing well. I'm not. I am still quite sick, feeling awful, but I'm here. I tried to record something yesterday, and excuse me, and I lasted maybe 5 to 6 minutes and went straight back to bed. Whatever this is that has hit, it's really hit. It's hit me hard, and it seems like it doesn't want to go away. It's an unwanted guess that I am praying that it goes away soon. Anyways, what do you think about the new intro? I hope you like it. Um, and I wanted to start out with Prince Harry visiting Toronto, but I want to start out with this apology from Prince Harry himself. Here you go.
Relate when you're missing a lot of hair on top and you're sitting on the flood.
Is there anything you'd like to say at all about wearing that LA Dodgers hat last week and getting into
the
hot
LA
water?
Dodgers hat gate. Well, firstly, I would like to apologise to Canada for wearing it. Secondly, I was under duress. There wasn't much choice. I was invited to the LA Dodgers box or the dugout by the owner himself, so I was doing what I thought was the polite thing to do. But I'm going to wear this from now on to make sure I don't make any more of those mistakes. But the other piece to this was, as you could probably relate, when you're missing a lot of hair on top and you're sitting under floodlights, you'll take any hat that's available. So, Game 5, Game 6, Game 7, I was Blue Jays throughout. Now that I've admitted that, it's going to be really hard for me to return back to Los Angeles. But no, I'm very sorry to the Canadian public. Devastated that the Blue Jays lost, but go Jays.
He's incredible, isn't he? Apology accepted, Prince Harry. Apology accepted. I don't think there's any Canadian, not one, maybe there's one, I'm not sure, that would hold a grudge or anything like that. Can you imagine if Prince Harry had shown up at that Dodgers game with the Duchess of Sussex and he was wearing a Blue Jays hat? He would, he would have he would have been booed. He would have been, the man would have been booed out of the stadium. Can you imagine? No. That's the last thing that we would want. So we get it. We absolutely get it. And not to worry, Prince Harry. You can wear the Blue Jays hat anytime, any day. Thank you for the apology. I've got another video for you folks. This is happening. And there we have it, the Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry, arriving at the True Patriot Love tribute dinner, which benefit members of the Canadian Armed Forces, their families and veterans, and current military personnel. In attendance, there will be approximately about 500 people who are at this dinner. They're all there to give thanks to the Canadian military families and veterans. There's also an annual tradition at the dinner, which is to auction off helmets. These helmets are decorated by veterans. They're sent out into the community, and the veterans would paint them beautifully, beautiful colors, landscapes, and all of that. And they're auctioned off tonight. Now, the helmets usually start out at $500 a bid, and almost all of them will go for much more than 500. Now, one of them was painted or partially painted by the prince himself, Prince Harry. So hopefully that one will go even higher. And let's hear from Nick Booth, who is the CEO of the program.
We know that the pressures on our military families are significant, particularly in the world we face now, where there are increasing conflicts and challenges for those in our armed forces. And so we fund military family resource centres, we fund respite for children who live in military families, for example, who often experience significant stress and anxiety having a parent in uniform. And we also fund veteran programmes, sometimes to help them recover from the illnesses or injuries they may have picked up in service. So we fund arts, we fund sport. We are the main funder of the Invictus Games and the Team Canada that goes to the Games. And we're thrilled to fund them and their families to be able to go.
So let's rewind a little bit. And I'm calling this piece The Soldier Returns, Prince Harry in Toronto. He arrived quietly, no royal pomp, no motorcade of flashing lights, just a man with his hands in his pockets and his heart set on familiar ground. Toronto, or Toronto, as we say it here. The city where he once walked unnoticed with Meghan, where he laughed among Invictus athletes, now welcomed him again. But this time, Prince Harry wasn't here as the son of a king. He came as a soldier among soldiers. About a year ago, the True Patriot Love Foundation, Canada's national charity for military families and veterans, extended an invitation. The mission was simple but profound: to bridge the worlds of uniform and civilian life, something Harry understood not as a patron but as a participant. On November 5th, Harry's first full day in Toronto, he met members of Canada's Reserve Forces, the unsung lifeline of the nation's defense. These are men and women who live dual lives: accountants by day, soldiers by weekend, mothers, officers, medic, teachers, all at once. And I know about it because I had two friends who were reservists. At Fort York Armory, Harry spoke with soldiers from the Queen's Own Rifles of Canada and the Royal Regiment of Canada, regiments older than Confederation itself. Their commander, Lieutenant Colonel Chris Beaulieu, and Lieutenant Colonel Adam West. What does that remind you of, people? Adam West. Isn't that the Batman series? It wasn't Batman, Adam West, I think. Told him of deployment in Iraq, Afghanistan, Poland, and Latvia, of peacekeeping and partnership, of duty carried across oceans and generations. Harry listened, not as royalty, but as a comrade who once patrolled under the same desert sun. At the Royal Canadian Navy Reserve Division, the Duke met Commander Paul Smith, a man who broke barriers as the first Black commanding officer of his unit and later of a Canadian warship. The two shared a moment of quiet pride and mutual understanding. Two men shaped by service, now devoted to the next generation who must carry it forward. There were demonstrations, divers emerging from the frigid waters of Lake Ontario, deck crew showing precision drills, and a band that played a familiar military march. Harry mingled with with the families, wives, husbands, children, who gave meaning to the word sacrifice. And if you look closely, you'll see the Duke hands lingering just a bit longer in handshakes, as if it is to remind each reservist that you are seen, you are important, you matter. A day of reflection at Sunnybrook Veteran Center. That's where my dad actually had his quadruple bypass operation. Excellent hospital. The next morning, November 6th, Prince Harry crossed the city to Sunnybrook Health Science Center, home to over 150 veterans from the Second World War and the Korean War. The halls were lined with wheelchairs, medals, and memories. He spent time in the creative arts room where veterans use art therapy, painting, music, sculpture to heal what medicine alone cannot. There, they decorate helmets that would later be auctioned to fund the True Patriot Love Foundation. Then came a moment that touched everyone in the room. He met Brenda Reed, 101 years old, a Royal Canadian Navy veteran who once served in an all-women's station in Nova Scotia. When Harry asked her what story she remembered most from the war, she smiled and warned him with a wink. You can't always believe the boys. The room erupted in laughter, that rare laughter of shared respect and recognition. And tonight, this evening, under the chandelier of the National Tribute Dinner, Prince Harry will be attending, or is attending, Canada's largest celebration of its military community, the True Patriot Love Annual Gala, which raises millions for veterans and their families. And I'm sure he is having a wonderful time with the families, with the veterans, and all those 500 people in that ballroom. To some, this might just be another sort of engagement that Prince Harry does with veterans or military families. But it's more than that for him. There's something deeper for him. It's the man returning to the purpose that has always grounded him. And that purpose is service before self. In a time where we see these headlines, the royal family just involved and swirling and all this stuff, Prince Harry stands apart, far, far, far apart. He shakes hands with the common folk. He mingles with the common folk. He understands, he listens, he speaks. To him, it's important to showcase these people because they don't get the headlines, but they're all heroes. He walks among them, not to create a headline, but as another human being, another soldier that understands them. I think when Prince Harry does these engagements, it's a reminder of who he still is, of who he's always been, and who he will be. Doing these type of stories where the Sussexes show the impact that they create, it almost makes everything else seems like nonsense, really. Like pure nonsense. Pure nonsense. Bravo, Prince Harry. Bravo.
I am the founder and creative director of Grace Mannering Home. I create candles and reed diffusers, but I'm not here to talk about my products. I'm here to talk about the As Ever number 84 candle, and it is wonderful. I cannot recommend this candle enough. Everything about it justifies the price of $64. In fact, I think she should be charging $75 to $80 for it because it is absolutely wonderful. And I'd like to talk a little bit about why the higher price point is justified. First, let's talk about the vessel itself. It is custom. As you can see, it has the As Ever logo embossed on it, and it is pretty hefty. You're going to keep this. It's not something you're going to throw away. So definitely right off the bat, that is a higher price point. Next, she uses apricot and coconut wax. So definitely you're going to get a good heat throw from that. So you should be able to smell it throughout your home. Next, we have this box, and this is really a beautiful box. The cardstock is great. You're going to keep this box as well. Now, I'd like to talk about the candle itself. The brief was capturing California, and she captures the entire state. The sandalwood represents Northern California, the woodiness of Northern California. Next, we have the California poppy, and that's Central California, which is more of their agricultural hub. And and a poppy scent is more lemony. Next, you have the water lotus, and that is Southern California. That's the ocean, that's the Pacific Ocean, and you definitely get that. A really great candle should not only smell good, but it should make you feel. You should be transported when you smell a good candle or reed diffuser, and that is what this does. So I do see people online criticizing her, saying that it wasn't poured with 24 karat gold. Yes, it was with this wax and just her scent formulation. So congratulations to the team at As Ever. Congratulations to the Duchess. This is definitely highly recommended. I would get the mint candle as well. That's more of a meditation candle, but definitely buy these candles.
So this was all over the wires today. Close personal friends. It's a film. It's basically an ensemble comedy centered around two couples, one famous and one not, who meet in Santa Barbara, where, the Duchess lives, and quickly become friends. The story follows the dynamics between a regular couple and a celebrity. I can't speak. I'm sorry, folks. Sorry. A celebrity pair as their newfound friendship leads to blurred boundaries and a series of awkward comedy situations. Much of the plot is being kept under wraps, of course, but it's clear that the film explores celebrity culture, social awkwardness, and the humorous side of becoming entangled with an A-list type sort of celebrity lifestyle. It's directed by Jason Early and written by Isaac Aptaker. The movie boasts a cast including Brie Larson, Lily Collins, Jack Quaid, and Henry Golden. Notably, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, will be returning to acting for this film. She'll be joining the cast, and basically she'll be doing an appearance, a cameo, playing herself. I'm sure whether it's a minute or two, she will be she'll probably be self-deprecating or something like that. It'll be great to see her on the big screen again. Even though I think this is for Amazon, so it may not be on the big screen, but it's a movie with MGM, I think. The bottom line is great. I think it's great, fantastic. So in sum, Close Personal Friends is a comedic take on what excuse me, on what happens when the ordinary collides with celebrity. Set against the sunny social backdrop of Santa Barbara with all the awkwardness and gentle satire that comes with navigating fame and friendships. Folks, I'm losing my voice. So I think I'm gonna end it. I think I'm gonna end it here. Sorry. I know I said I was gonna talk some more about Prince William, but I'm just gonna leave it here for now. Okay. I'll do a part two. But I have to end it here. Thank you all. Thank you. Much love. Take care of yourselves.